Sitting here with realz, one of the semi-finals of the Intel Extreme Masters American Championship. Expected?
Definitely expected top four. We're first in our group going into the top four, the group that had 4 teams. There was one match that was a bit closer than we would have liked. We actually didn't win, but we won enough maps on it to advance in first.
Is there anything that you still need to improve on, or was the opposition really tough and you're playing perfectly, or at least as well as you're able to?
Oh, there's always things to improve on. I think we did play pretty well overall. There were some really noticeable mistakes, and also more significantly mental errors really that cost us in a few games. Some of those we were able to clean up. Some, hopefully, after a good night's sleep tonight, which we didn't get last night, we'll be able to come out even stronger tomorrow when it's more important.
New patch, did it make any difference?
It definitely made a difference. I think that in some ways, some of the changes do favor us. The very first match we played was against the, highly touted Beast Cleave team of Czech 6, and we came away with a pretty decisive 3-1 victory. I think that some of the changes of the patch and stuff like that sort of did help us out to sort of discover a better strategy against them.
So pretty much the way it seems to me, you are coming up with new little things on the fly that would help you gain an advantage?
Yeah, and sometimes it's hit or miss, and I think some of the mental errors I was alluding to before kind of go along with that, and the idea would be to have those things figured out before tournament time, but depending on the practice schedules you can get with other teams and who you get to play against, you may or may not be able to have them figured out in time, and so you sort of just have your idea of what might work and what might not, and some things do and some things don't.
Can you give me any examples?
Yeah, one thing that worked was some of them were pretty minor, but still some changes in demonology for warlocks sort of convinced us to at least try that out against the Beast Cleave team and see if we could apply more pressure in order to make them play more defensive and try to gain an advantage in that way. And that was something that worked out, and we were able to take advantage of, and we practiced it beforehand, and it went really well. Another thing that we sort of practiced beforehand, but not enough in the specific matchup that we wanted to try it against, was a different thing where I played a little bit of Shadow Priest, and that ended up being pretty terrible. I think that a large part of that has to do with the gear differences from live to the tournament realm, and things that we can't take as much advantage of. So that was one thing that didn't work out.
Okay, the other group has some tough opponents as well. Who would you rather face in the semi-final?
I think the top 2 teams that are going to be fighting right now to see who is the first seed and the second seed is between Fnatic and EG. We will probably play the second seed between those two. I can't say that for sure I would rather play against either. In a way, I want to play the mirror and win that mirror match to sort of have something to show for it. But also the Wizard Cleave is there's one of the best at it, possibly the best at it, and that's kind of a new lineup to the tournament scene. And I also would maybe want to make a statement in that way. In both cases, I think that we have a pretty good chance to win. We've played them both a significant amount, in practice games and stuff, and so we kind of know how those matchups go. And if we play well, we can win both of them. So either way.
What kind of result at the end of the day would be unacceptable for you? What kind of would be disappointing? And what kind of result would make you happy?
Well, I think anything less than 4th place in qualifying for the global finals, that is the #1 most important thing, and anything lower.
You already have that. You already have top 4.
Yes, that top 4, and if we had gotten less than that, that would have been unacceptable, in my opinion, and would not have been a good showing at all. And so that I'm really happy about, because that's the most important thing, that we can have something to look forward to and something really worth training for hard and looking forward to playing. That being said, I really think a finals appearance would be a very good thing. That would make me pretty happy, and I know that all the teams that are remaining in the top 4 we're capable of beating. So it really comes down to how we play and how they play.
You're going through. You're going to face the Europeans. You're going to face the Asians. Who are going to be tougher at the World Championship? And don't tell me I have respect for all the teams. Everybody's playing on a high level. Just give me a no bullshit answer.
In my experience, there is a higher volume of quality Asian teams than there is European teams. That's not to say that the top level European talent isn't at a level that is the same as the other continents, because there are 2 or 3 teams certainly that are absolutely amazing from Europe, and I expect all of those teams to be, probably headed to the global finals from their event, that will qualify through. But the Asian teams usually, by and large, are strong through and through. They have, they're not necessarily insanely better in every case, the top teams, but there are more of them, and I expect really heavy competition from them just overall.
And how does America stack up against both of these continents? How do you expect it to go through?
We still have a lot to prove in a way, as Americans, and I think that some of the performances that we've had against the international competition have gotten a lot better over the last year, since the last Intel Extreme Masters Global Finals, where the Americans did extremely poorly and I was one of them. That kind of stung a bit, and we've sort of come back stronger, and we need to sort of stick with that and make sure that we have a good showing this year, just overall, and make sure that we're really showing that we're competing at the same level, because I think we are and have been for most of this year.
All right, thank you very much. Any final words?
Just big ups to SK Gaming, all our sponsors. We've got Acer and SteelSeries behind us, and they just have the best people. It's really awesome to work with them.
Thank you.